I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I want to do because it's on my Japanese account's not connected to my YouTube, so both games I wanted to stream are on my other account. The fact that this is doing this, I'm feeling I can't go straight to the content. Please don't um please don't do like first level's got to be done. I don't think it does that. I don't think it's one of those ones. Pretty sure you can just isn't yeah. Oh, don't do it. Oh, I can't do the new mode. You've got to beat the game. Oh, do I have to do the tutorial first? That's stupid. Hey, explore an unseen MBA. I'm doing good. Just having issues with this, with the games I wanted to stream. All my saves were on my Japanese account. I don't want to play a normal game on this. I wanted to play the new mode, but it's not there. If I do the tutorial, would it unlock the new mode? I don't want to play the normal game. I'm just going to skip the cutscenes because I'm going to have to. Well, we can watch the cutscene quickly. It's a really underrated game, by the way. I feel like it's underrated. I did read somewhere it didn't sell well enough for Capcom, so I don't think there will be a sequel. But shame because it's really cool and it's actually something different Capcom have done. They haven't done for ages. Actually, like a new series. So, well, it's not a series anymore. I've killed it, I think. But unless it gets popular now, sometimes it happens after a year later. They get popular after a year, and then they might go, "Okay, we'll make another one," because this does deserve a second game. I have to do the tutorial, and hopefully the tutorial will unlock the mode I want to do, because I am playing this again on my other save, the New Game Plus. Music's great as well. This game is amazing. It's just Capcom, they just make amazing games. Oh. Capcom know how to make good combat. They just know how to do it. Because everything feels so good. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh. I'm surprised people from like a year ago, I haven't done a YouTube video in like a year, still coming back to me. That's pretty crazy. Oh. Hopefully, after this tutorial, I'll be allowed to do the new mode. Please don't make us have to beat the game, that'd be shit. I think the new mode's survival. Whoa. Look at that. It's not a regular thing, so today the only reason I'm streaming is because my wife's gone on a business trip, so I've got the time in the morning to do it. So I thought I'd stream. And my original idea was to stream VR, but it's on my other account, so I couldn't. Oh. Oh! Should just be a time thing. Oh, nice. There we go. Such a cool design, man. I think I realise I really like the whole finger design. I think because since a kid I've always liked, if you ever played Oddworld, my favourite creature on Oddworld is the Paramite, which is like a load of fingers and mouth, and I think that kind of triggered my interest in like evil finger design or something, because I like that design. Thanks to Paramites. I love Paramites, they're so cool. We went to Disney. I still need to play the new, it's not new anymore, the Soulstorm. Still need to play it properly. We'll have to definitely. Only balls Danny. I didn't see that message because it's the Danny. It's Danny online. Look, if that's fucking mental. But PlayStation, is there where I can look at the chat? Because PlayStation's. Oh my god, it is Danny. Hey Danny, that's insane. Hang on a minute. I can't see all the PlayStation shit. I don't know how to check the chat. The message is on chat. I'm sure there was a way for me to look at the chat. Oh, there is. That's display chat, but how can I look at the chat? What the fuck? PlayStation's broadcast thing's crap. I bet I can look at the chat, but it's gonna like. Yep, mic only, just because I want to look at the chat. But is there a way to look at the chat? Like, wow, this is. Hang on a minute. Is there no way for me to really look back at the chat like PS4? Really? What the fuck? Wait, what's this? Wait. I don't know what this is, but I have a feeling I've put some dodgy mode on. I have a feeling when someone puts a message, it's going to speak out loud. It's going to be funny. I'm not sure. Oh, this is shit. I can't do the new mode. Let me since Danny's here, we put.
Have your phone on as well.
Oh, it works. There you go, that's better. My battery's like 10%, so we're gonna put the Orkheim mode on since Danny's here. Danny, whatever you sent a message, hopefully I can look later. I didn't get a chance to read it because it gives you like 2 seconds. Let's put some Orkheim music on instead. Danny's here. We're gonna have to just play main game, which just sucks because I've done it before. Wanted to do this new mode, which I think is like a survival wave mode game.
You will love the Okami stuff. I still need to play this game.
Yeah, Dan, you do need to play this, Danny. It's amazing. Well, you can have a little look now. You need to play this before Okami 2, which probably won't come out for another about 4 years, but you know about it, don't you, Danny? Like Okami 2's getting made. Sounds amazing. Apparently, Okami 1's only half the story. It was always intended to have 2 games, apparently. I put the Waka costume on her for Danny, so it's all Okami. Which is great. Hopefully I can look back on the stream later and look at the chat, because I missed out. Danny came in. I didn't know Danny was there. Came in.
That's wild. Silent Hill
What?
1 remake got announced today too. So
Silent Hill 1 remake? Now that I'm interested in. Even if it's made by the same company that made the 2 remake, I don't mind that. Because 1 do a remake, 2 didn't need a remake. I haven't played remake 2 and I don't intend to, because the game's perfect. It's a masterpiece. If it's already a masterpiece, I don't need to play the remake. But 1 that can do a remake. I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. It's just that they didn't need to do 2. That's the problem. I don't want to play it. Not because I didn't have. It's not so much that I didn't have faith in them making it right. It was just that it's a perfect game. I don't need to play something which is perfect. But I will play 1. Right, it's telling me how to play the game and I had to play it, so I'm gonna have to just do this. So we have to. Oh yeah, I've already got Axemen at the moment. Oh my god. Tell me how to play the game. Right. I don't know if you know anything about this, Danny, but basically it's a tower defense game. So you use your villagers to you can assign them new roles, because I have to do the game from the start for some reason. They won't let me do a new mode. You unlock all these masks, which give you new roles. You get a new game plus, which is what I'm playing at the moment, my other save. So you just start with all your stuff, and it makes it harder, and different waves. And what else you do is you basically purify the area. It's all Shinto religion stuff, so.
Stranding too soon, can't wait.
Yeah, Death Stranding 2 looks good. I still need to carry on playing 1. And Danny, I am playing Oblivion at the moment. So good, the remake of Oblivion. My brother was playing it until it glitched on him and he hasn't got his saves fucked now, so typical classic.
The artwork is gorgeous as always. Looks interesting like Okami was as well.
Yeah.
Fan of Shinto myth too.
It's not that big as well. It's about a 15-hour game. I think it's cheaper now as well. So, I mean, I'm guessing like I feel like Monster Hunter Rise had that weird, like tower defense sort of mode, which is weird for Monster Hunter. I kind of think that gave me inspiration for this.
150 hours on Oblivion. It was an amazing time.
Yeah, I've got about 30 hours, and I'm taking my time with it. I'm not really, as you know, with Oblivion, I don't really treat it as a game. It's just, I'll just do what I want to do, as you know, and I haven't done any of the main quests. I've just been hanging out in different cities. At the moment, I'm in Brazil. I spent a lot of time in Burma, the Skyrim town. I spent a lot of time there. I did the vampire top quest and stuff. I have spent some time in Shirador with the painter quest. That's a cool quest. I did spend some time in Skingrad. Skingrad's a brilliant town. I don't know if you did the quest, Danny, with I think it's called Paranormal. That quest is hilarious. I think I got the worst ending because I basically...
I'm playing AC Shadows, but now it's burning me out with the missions.
Yeah. Oh, Danny, I can't remember if I told you, but I have beaten Dragon's Dogma 2. I didn't do all the extra bosses. You know, like the kind of end of the world secret chapter, right? The true ending chapter. So there's like these different beams of light, as you know, and you're meant to go through all of them, I guess, and each one you destroy, each boss gives you the opportunity to evacuate the people. I didn't do it. I wanted to see, because I know I'm going to play it again, so I deliberately did it shit. I'm not going to save anyone to beat the game with no evacuees. And the disappointing thing is that the ending doesn't really change. The only thing that changes is the people are saved, and that's it. But there's no difference. The only difference, I don't know you know about this, Danny, but in that last act, the secret end, like the true act, the ending, did you know about if you game over? Normally, if you game over and you don't load your game and you just say exit game, it goes to the main menu. But in the last secret act, if you say game over and you go exit without loading, if you die, it gives you a secret ending. Do you know about it? If not, I won't say. But if you do know about it, we'll talk about it. I haven't done it, but I read it afterwards. Like, that's cool. Well, I can tell about it anyway because I don't play again. But it's a secret ending.
I love they kept so much of the glitchiness in the game.
Yeah, they haven't really changed much.
Don't worry, he always dies. Face with tears of joy, Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, he always dies, that elf. Okay, scram me off. I just did the way where he was like, he thought I was with him. I basically said the truth to him. He didn't like that. But Dragon's Dogma 2, like the secret last act, if you die and don't load your save and just say exit, give up for now, it gives you an ending where you end up becoming the madman on the beach. You know that madman on the beach who's like always talking about he wants to get on the boat but he can't. One of the weird teeth. You end up being him. And it kind of tells you like he was the last arisen who didn't make it fully. He got to the end and gave up and turned insane. And it's like a loop. So if you do it, you turn into him and you end up being the insane guy. And the only way to see that is if you give up on the last act only when you die, instead of loading your saving. And it gives you that secret ending. I don't know if you can load your game afterwards, but that's such a cool thing. It's telling me how to play a game again.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense, to be fair. It hinted as much in game.
Yeah.
Can you play MH Wilds? The game has so much depth.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma. I don't know if Danny's played Wilds yet. I haven't because of Dragon's Dogma 2. And I'm not ready to play... If Danny hasn't played it, I probably know why. Because I'm not ready to only play Monster Hunter for a year. So I won't be playing Wilds for another year. Because that's basically you have to sacrifice all gaming for Monster Hunter. And I'm not doing that. So...
For me.
Is there any monsters? Oh shit! I haven't really got a good layout here in my houses. I should really put some guys over here. I have two guys here. Put them out in front a bit more. Like that. Get those in front. But the one I'm excited for is Onimusha. I cannot wait for the new Onimusha. That's going to be amazing. That's the game I'm waiting for. 20 years waiting for that game.
It's definitely worth waiting because of the added content updates like the
Yeah. I'm just going to wait until the expansion for Monster Hunter. There's always an expansion. I'll just wait for that. What I will say though is I am going to the Monster Hunter Orchestra in August. And I haven't played Wilds, so there's going to be some Wilds tracks I've never heard. It's too interesting. But what I need to do now is make the path heard.
I've got a big long list to work through now coming up. It's a good time for games right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's Ninja Gaiden 4 as well, which is going to be cool. Oh, this while waiting for her to get to the door, we can chat now. I know you can speed it up, I'm not going to. I mean, the games I want to play, what are coming out brand new, which I'll buy brand new now, is Ninja Gaiden 4, Onimusha, where I think it's Web of Sword. Resident Evil 9 I won't get on release. I never get Resident Evils on release, so I'm waiting for a VR update, which probably never happen. Another game as well, which comes out, and I can't remember what it is, but I still need to play Rise of the Ronin. Do you want to play that? But I only play Neo 2. Neo 3 got announced. I haven't beaten Neo 2 because it's like an 80-hour game. It's ridiculous. Beat Neo 1 multiple times. I've beaten Neo 1 like 4 times. I have not beaten Neo 2. And Neo 2 has Hayabusa as a secret boss. But I just don't. All these games, like every game's like a 60-hour long game nowadays. I'm like, I just want to go back to the old days, like 6 hours.
I've got to run for now, as I have work early in the morning. But was good to catch you briefly.
Yeah, Danny. See, I will have to call you. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a message there anyway. Just catch up with messaging, but then we'll have to call.
Stranding 2, MGS 3, Tony Hawk's 3, and Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yeah, Danny. I'll message you the days I'm free, and then we can try and figure something out so we can actually have a catch up. Tony Hawk's 3, does that get a remaster? I don't really look at gaming news so much now, so. The only game news I keep up with is Capcom and Team Ninja, and then if Daniel tells me, sometimes you tell me up some updates. Most of my gaming news is from Daniel and Lee. And the one main reason I don't look at gaming news anymore is just waste money. Oh, I'll go get that game now, I'll go get that game. I can't, so I just don't look at the news. I just don't. Am I allowed to do the minigame now? Because I've done the first level. The new mode. It's not going to let me do the mode until you beat it, because it's going to want you to unlock all the different
3 and
roles.
4 is cause, if you get the Sepical edition, you can skate as Doomslayer.
Oh, Doomslayer. I don't think it's going to allow me to do... It's all this beginning cutscene stuff. Yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, I know all this. Oh. I'll do that. I still need to play Persona 5, which I don't. I have no idea if I'm ever going to get around to playing that, because that's like 100 fucking hours, Persona 5, so. That'd be a game I'll be on for like half a year if I play that. Right, am I allowed to do the main thing I want to do? I haven't saved. I think it's saved already. It's a always save on it. That is annoying.
That's a cool game.
That is annoying. I wanted to do the new mode, which I have got it on my other save, which isn't linked to my YouTube account, so I can't stream it. And I don't want to play the main games. I'm playing it on New Game Plus.
I'm addicted to the answer.
I'm just going to stay online for a bit. The good thing is, this is now telling me what you're saying, so I can go with my controller to my kitchen, make a coffee. So just send messages, I'll be able to hear it because I've got the text-to-speech on. I won't be on much longer. In 15 minutes, we'll just chat now. Since we've got a chat going. We're chatting to the main menu screen of Kunitsu-Gami. Yeah, we'll be at 15 minutes and I'll go, what a weird stream, just the most restless stream ever. If we're talking Buddhism, this is the most restless stream ever made.
Persona 4 is getting a remake.
Yeah, Persona 4 getting a remake, I don't understand the point of that at all. My mum was confused. Remember, they've already remade it, so it's just confusing mum. But yeah, they're remaking 4.
I'm looking forward to that one.
It doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. Where's the remake of 1 and 2? They need remakes. Remake them with social links and make them a playable game. They are playable, but most people would play 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Won't go back to 1 and 2. If they do go to 1 and 2, they'll probably stop playing it quickly because it's very different and very slow paced. So 1 and 2 need a remake for the fans, the new fans. Because a lot of people who like the originals 1 and 2 don't like the new ones as much because they're into 1 and 2 because they're very different. But they should remake 1 and 2. When you remake a game which needs a remake. Like PS1 games. Remake PS1 games, they need remakes. Don't need to remake PS2 games. And I'm very glad that the new Onimusha is not a remake, it's a brand new game. I'm happy with that, that's cool. The only sad thing, it's not Samonosuke, he's not in it. But the actor, because it's a real actor, he's not even in Japan anymore, the actor. And he's like 50 or something.
Remake Pet in TV.
I've got remake Persona 4 PSP. Yeah, you got the PS Vita version. Remake Pen TV. Now that is the best idea ever, Daniel. You probably see my grinder. They need to make a new Pen TV. That'd be amazing. Pen TV, PS5. I mean, AI is a big thing now. It's an AI game, but they can make an amazing one now.
Persona Remake 3 was cool. I did 125 hours on it.
Oh, Persona 3 needed a remake. That needed a remake. 4 doesn't need a remake. 3 did for so many reasons. They'll probably go, we're going to remake 5 next, which would be pointless. I'll tell you what is random is the Ninja Gaiden 2 remake, well, the other Engine 5 with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. That's random, that is. Like, I don't know what that's about, but it looks cool though. I don't know what it is. That'd be a game I would like to get. My birthday money, I'm either going to get Ninja Gaiden Black 2 or Rise of the Ronin. Or Slitterhead. Slitterhead I need to play. I was going to buy it, but I'm not going through that again. I think I said last time that I should have Slitterhead, but that game is probably the next game I do want to play properly is Slitterhead. That looks really interesting. See, the thing is, when you beat this game, the main menu, this menu is different. I actually like the menu like this, where it's all like consumed by yokai, your demons. When you beat the game once and you unlock New Game Plus, this doesn't. It's all work clean and clear. but you don't have this amazing ambience. So I just prefer this.
Right, I best be going, see ya.
Like I say, Daniel, I'm going to be on for much longer anyway, about 10 minutes, so maybe now. I would put a camera on, but my camera's broken. PS5 camera broke, so that's why there's no camera anymore.
See ya.
I can't believe Danny joined the stream. That is a miracle. That's crazy. Yeah, you're still. That's what I'll be on for a bit longer. I don't know if I'm exploring. I can't remember his full name now, but if he's still there, he might be. I think he's not really a chatter. He's kind of thought what they're called now. People that are watching but don't chat. What are they normally called? Lurkers, which is a bad name. I don't like that. That's like an insult. It's not really interesting. You're just looking at a title screen. Yeah, typical, exploring unseen. That's what I mean. You're just I don't like people calling them lurkers, people that don't chat. That's not a nice thing. They're just chillers. They're meditators. He's a meditator. He's not just reacting. Now, I don't know if since exploring unseen, I don't know if you joined my channel and I started doing more mindfulness and meditation.
That sounds better.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one of the things you liked about my content. If it is, just quickly say, and I'll talk about where I'm at with my current state of mindfulness and meditation in Buddhism. But I won't talk about it if you're not interested. We'll leave it at that, because it's changed quite a bit. What I'm doing right now, talking, making coffee, is the opposite to what you should be doing. Completely opposite, but you know. Because now my ego is just spouting bullshit constantly.
I don't mind you talking about it.
Okay, cool. So the main thing, I don't remember what I was doing in my last video. Probably was Zen. I think I started getting into Japanese Zen meditation and that take on Buddhism. I don't do Zen anymore. There's only one aspect of Zen I do, or two aspects of Zen I keep with my I think everyone's Buddhism's their own original, really. You kind of just take bits of each part and then you make your own, really, what connects with you. And the only two aspects, let me just move, I don't know if that kettle's making a lot of noise. The two aspects of Zen that I use in my life is Shinagara Shinai, which means to not multitask. Of course, you cannot not multitask the rest of your life. At work, there's some obligations which, just because of the modern society, the ego society of modern life, it's not, our society is not a Buddhism society. So you can't really, when you interact with society like work, you can't be full open to experience because you've got people who don't know the truth of life, so you kind of have to adapt to them. So you have to multitask because they don't really know the truth of things. You can't help that. It's not a Buddhism world we're in, really. It's very minor. But anyway, yeah. So the Zen part is Shinagara Shinai, which isn't a lot of Buddhism. I haven't looked at loads, but the ones that I have been looking at, I haven't there's so much you learn. Each type of Buddhism has so much teachings, and I've only looked at brief parts of each one. But everyone I've looked at hasn't actually talked about the multitasking thing. The only one that says about don't multitask, be fully committed to one thing at a time, is the Japanese way. I haven't seen others, but I haven't, read every teaching of everything. So then probably does later on. But anyway, so I'll keep that, and I was going to say that I still do Zazen, the meditation practice of Zen, but I haven't actually done that for a while. So really, the only thing I keep from Zen is the Shinagalashina, which is not multitask, which I'm doing right now. So, you can't help it sometimes. You have to adapt. Um, but the main current, and I think the main focus of my Buddhism is Shogzen.
I still do Sam Harris.
Yeah, Sam Harris. Sam Harris. The Waking Up app is the best introduction to the way of Buddhism. Because Waking Up isn't a Buddhism app. It's a mindfulness app. Mindfulness isn't the same as Buddhism, but he adds Buddhism to it. Mindfulness is like the modern take of meditation, and it's the best way to start because it gives you the starting point of realizing what life is. And Buddhism is like kind of like the next level, because Buddhism's mindfulness is just like a little part of Buddhism. The app's mainly mindfulness, but Buddhism is in it. Yeah, he does give Buddhism lessons inside, but it's not the main thing. But the main Buddhism which connects me at the moment is Shogzen, which is Tibetan. I can't say the pronunciation. Tibetan. Which is near China. To me, that is the one that makes the most sense. And I feel like the original Buddha, because there's so many, I think his true teaching of the original Buddha is probably that one, because it's been so skewed over the years, and like makes some of it just like what. But Shogzen's view is definitely the best one in my experience, just because there's no attachment at all. A lot of Buddhism is like getting rid of attachment, but it's all about discipline and stuff, and that's an attachment itself. It's kind of like I can't remember the word now. Paradoxical. There's a lot about it anyway. No matter what, can't help it. It's how the mind works. But Shogzen's about effort, not
Always
putting
thought
effort
China
into it.
did all of that
Effortlessness.
stuff.
China, yeah, well, Tibet's not China. It is now, I think, but because it got invaded by China or something. But it's like next to China, but they aren't actually Chinese. I think they are now, but originally it's not. It's weird. But the original, I don't know, but obviously the start of Buddhism is Buddha, which is India. But I feel like the Indian, this has been contaminated a lot, Buddhism. And Japanese Buddhism is very contaminated. It's all about money and temples. Now, you don't need a temple. That's just like, well, I don't know where that came from.
I've got to sleep now, got work tomorrow, have a good day. Night.
Yeah, I won't be much longer. I'm only talking about Buddhism anyway, with I'm exploring and seeing. Coffee now, go. So you're not missing much, just listen to talk about Buddhism. But the problem with the original Buddha is because it's been so skewed. I reckon that if the Buddha came back and saw what's happened to Buddhism, he'd be like, what the hell? This is not what I'm been teaching. A lot of it doesn't make it's just so weird. Like, it's still like there's so much control, and you hear stories of like people in temples just abusing people with their power because they just don't teach what it's about. But it seems like Shogzen's still not contaminated. I recommend that. So the spelling of Shogzen, in case you want to look it up, is DZOGCHEN. And there's so much wisdom in that. And one of the ones I really like, which I'm rereading this book recently, is about the iron chain and the golden chain. It's amazing. So the main thing people want to get rid of obviously is negative feeling. They don't want to, you're trying to improve mental health with less negative feelings, anxiety, fear, stuff like that. Like if you have a bad event and then you get anxiety, or you get I don't know, fear, depression, sadness, all those things. And then what happens when you enter that state, you get attached to it, and it gets building up. And that's like the iron chain. You're getting chained by dissatisfaction. When you start feeling bad and you've got bad emotions, you start saying to yourself, I shouldn't be like this. And as soon as you start saying, I shouldn't feel like this, then you're going to be in the iron chain, and you're going to make it worse. Because you are allowed to be sad. That's the thing. Like Buddhism's like, when you have like a mental breakdown, the first thing people do is like, oh, I shouldn't be like this. Why am I having a mental breakdown? It's like questioning it. And that's
you probably
denying
know more
it.
about it than I do.
I don't know how much I do know. It's always evolving. But anyway, the iron chain. So when you're depressed and that, you end up denying it, which is another poison. They're called poisons. They call it the poisons of life. Like jealousy, all bad, like negative states, are poisons. And everyone's swimming in the poison constantly. So you have this negative state, and then you say, I shouldn't be like this, I should be feeling better, why am I feeling like this? All these questions when you're in this state, when you're sad or depressed, you end up questioning it, denying it, and pushing it away, which makes it worse. So the first thing you do is accept it. You're allowed to be depressed, and you just feel it. If you allow yourself, and you don't deny it, it won't last as long, and it won't be as powerful. It's not going to go. It's not going to just go like that, but it won't be as sticky. And you'll just give it the space, and you're just allowed to be with it, and then it'll naturally dissipate. It does anyway eventually, but you're just hanging on to it. But it's very hard to do, especially in society, because society itself is just a concept of egos. It's like, you can't help that. But that's only dealing with the iron chain. You've got the golden chain, which is the positive states. So with Shokuzen, positive states are just as dangerous as negative states. Happiness, satisfaction are just as poisonous, which people don't like. This is where people start saying, oh, Buddhism's a load of bollocks, because I don't want to realise the truth. And they're denying it. I don't want to realise that positive is still just a concept and can be just as dangerous if you don't realise it. If you're always searching for happiness, it's like, that's the golden chain. You're still struggling in a different way. You're still constantly wrapped around positive. So, for example, your hobbies. Hobbies in society are a good thing to get away from stress. But all that is changing your orientation to fixating and attaching to a hobby. So the attachment, the fixation hasn't gone. So it's just like a sparkly chain. So it's like a nice one because it's a hobby, it's a thing you like doing, but that means you're still a servant to satisfaction and happiness and enjoyment. Where Buddhism is all about being neutral. You don't need to rely on enjoyment and be happy. You don't need to rely on happiness to be content. You're just relying on nothing. You're just being. And if you do that, you're going to be more at peace because you're not always searching for the next joyful thing. Everyone's doing it all the time, YouTube. When you've got a day off work, what do? Oh, I need to spend the time enjoying myself. There you go. You're attached to enjoyment. You're searching. You're still struggling because you're constantly looking for stimulation to forget about work. So you're using positive energy to push away negative energy. So you've done nothing really. You're still going to struggle that way. Nothing's going to happen because eventually that positive energy will dissipate, and then the negative energy will come back and come back much worse. So the way is to not rely on positive stuff, to forget about the negative stuff, which everyone does. They do, right? Just, play games to, I need to escape the world by playing games. That means you're denying and you're not trying to realize what's happening. You're just kind of pushing it away. That's what you're doing. Now, what I'm saying is not that you shouldn't do positive stuff, because I'm playing games still, but you shouldn't rely on it, and you shouldn't play it for the positive part. So we use games because it's easier, because I've got a game on. Most people play a game to have fun, get away with bad things. They use it as a positive thing, but that is just a struggle. What you want to use gaming for is just for the sake of playing a game. So when I play a game now, it's not to enjoy myself, it's just to experience a game, play it. There's no attachment to emotions. It's just, I'm playing a game to experience it as it is. And that's it. And that's what you need to do, is not be in these polar opposite worlds constantly with like, dislike, good, bad, because that's just how you're going to be struggling for the rest of your life. Buddhism's about the neutral, natural way. But you're not ignoring positive and bad, but you're not dictated by them. They arise, you recognize them, and then you let them go. Both of them. So people don't think that. People, when they think about meditations to help you become relaxed. No, it's not. The idea of meditation is to just understand your mental state and be with it. That's all it is. But naturally, when you give time to your mental state, you naturally relax. But that's just like a side effect of meditation. It's not the goal of it. Yeah, I've been longer than I realised, because I end up being triggered into Buddhism, which kind of feels like I've got an attachment to Buddhism. See, that's the thing. Another thing what Shokuzen says is you've got to be careful when you do Buddhism, because you end up getting attached to it. It can just be just as poisonous, Buddhism, if you don't recognise your reaction and your take on it. If you end up like not realising that you're reliant on Buddhism. It's the mind is so fragile, and the idea of meditation is just to recognise your mind all the time, be clear of it, just don't always be diligent, and just recognising what's happening all the time. People can easily, without knowing, get attached to things, and that's what happens to a lot of people with Buddhism. They get attached to Buddhism, and that hasn't solved anything. Because then what happens is...
I play games because I like that game, but there are other things to in life.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like, some people have not a healthier way of it. Some people rely on it, some people don't. But it's to me, like, if you play games, the ones you like, that's great. But sometimes, if you play a video game without any I'm playing it because I like it, I don't play it because I don't like it. If you don't do it, you just play the game, it gives you more opportunities to play games you would never play before. Because, sometimes you won't even play a game, you just look at it and go, I won't like that. So you've already decided you won't like it because of a previous preference. So that's why if you sometimes play a game and you look at a game, you want to buy it, and you go, I won't like that, ignore that feeling. If it's very cheap, just buy it and play it with an open mind, because then you have more possibilities. But yeah, it's me. It sounds like I'm attacking games. I'm not. It's just you just don't want to rely on the positive energy, but not ignore it. But you just got to be careful of it, because it can be just as bad as negative, just as poisonous if you don't be careful. That's all it is. As long as you're open the whole time. It's just being open, and how do you be open is very difficult, and that's where meditation comes in. It's the practice of openness. It helps. That's the main thing meditation's for, is to give you the ability to be open. And the idea of life is to always be open, fresh. It's very difficult in a world of society where that hasn't been taught.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. So I'll give you a little before I go, there's two little things if you want to try out. We do it with games, because playing a game, you play games, it's the easiest thing we can do the experimentation. So the two things I think would be interesting if you want to try is when you next play a game you like, as soon as that feeling you're enjoying it, you get that feeling, oh, it's getting great, like a good level, good music. You start getting excited and you get stimulated. As soon as you recognize that, try to not let that get in the way. Kind of go, oh, I'm getting overstimulated. And then just kind of relax, reset, and carry on playing the game. And you'll end up playing better. Because the thing is, when you get excited, you end up making mistakes because half of your mind is excitement. And this is how I've been becoming much better at the shoot-'em-up games, the spaceship shmup games, because you end up getting excited, or tense. Oh, I dodged that bullet, and you feel good. And then that actually becomes a hindrance, because half your mind is, oh, that was good, and then you're not open at all. So as soon as you have a positive reaction to the game you're playing, just kind of recognize it and try and stay fresh and open to all the sounds and the aspects, because it kind of narrows your attention from positive reactions. And try and just completely be not reactive, but you're very attending to it. You're not not playing it. You actually end up being much more diligent in the game. Let's try that. And try not have an agenda. So there's another thing I've tried to do recently. As you realize, when you put a game on, you normally go, right, I'm going to do a stage. I'm going to play for 30 minutes. I want to do this. What I've done recently is I haven't had this. It's so tiny sometimes. You don't even realise you're doing it. But you don't have a plan. So I'm going to play the game. And what I do is I'm going to put the title screen on and see what happens. It might be difficult, that one, because that one's that experiment, you've kind of got to be in the mindset that we don't have free will. We don't have control of our minds. If you can understand that way, it makes sense that way. Because if you believe that we don't have free will and it's all the mind is acting on itself and we're just the observer of what's happening, if you understand that and you can get with that, then this experiment where you put the game on and you put a title screen on and you just observe your mind and see what happens naturally without putting any plan on. And then the plan will happen, but it won't be you making the plan. There won't be this sense of you doing it. It just, the mind will do it. This might sound very complex and weird, so I apologise, it makes no sense, but it's one of those things that if you meditate and you practice Buddhism, mindfulness for some time, you kind of naturally understand that. But I'm not.
Oh, I see. Think about how you're going to do the next action.
Yeah, you normally always think, right, I'm going to do this. I'll use a bomb, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. Don't do that. Just go, I'm just going to see what my mind does. I'm not controlling it, to see how I react to things. And then you end up playing it a very different way, and you find new things. It's interesting, but it can be difficult, but it will naturally happen. When I say, right, you're just going to put a title screen on and have no plan, a plan will happen, because it will. But you haven't got the plan beforehand, if that makes sense. You let the plan build up when you're on the game, because normally before you start playing a game, you have an idea what you're going to do. Don't let that idea appear until you're on the game, if that makes sense. So you put the game on, and then let the idea come for what you want to do. If that makes sense. Because then it'll be a very different thing. If you planned what you were going to do in the game before even starting the game, you'll stick with that plan. If you didn't do that and you just put the game on and then just see what happens and see what plan arrives in your mind, it'll probably be very different to the one you planned like an hour ago when you're saying to yourself, oh, when I get home I'm going to play this game and do this level. And you've made that plan like half a day ago and you keep with it and you're attached to it. Just say, I'm going to get home, play the game and see what happens. And it'll probably be a very different experience because you haven't planned anything beforehand. That makes sense? Try that. Because I've been doing it recently and it's very different. And it's very engaging. You get more engaged in it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. At least I've explained that well, because Buddhism is very hard to explain. I think that's why people just think it's like drug talk or something, because it's like you just naturally it's hard to explain from words, Buddhism, because there is no real words. Like, I'm hoping it's good that I've managed to explain it in an easier way because it is complex. The mind is complex. But yeah, I recommend those two ways. I will stream tomorrow, same time, because my wife's not here. She's on a business trip. So I will promise I'm making a plan here, which I just said not to do. But I will just once. If you're available tomorrow at the same time, I'll be on streaming. Don't know what it'd be. I haven't planned that. We're just going to go with it at the time. So if you have a chance to experiment with those, I'm not pushing it on you. There's no stress or anything. You don't do it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And I won't even ask you. I'm not putting any pressure on. But I'll be on tomorrow, same time. If you're free and you want to join, you can just say if you have done it. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to ask you though because it's this pressure. That's all it is. I don't want to put pressure on anyone, or that's not the point of it. But yeah, I'll go now. It's been longer than I said because we've got into Buddhism. And I'll be on
Thanks,
same
I will
time.
be there.
Cool. I'll be on. I don't know when I'll be after that though. It's all free now. I haven't got attachments to YouTube. I think it's just whatever happens. If the feeling arises to stream, it happens. But I will stream tomorrow. I will break that. Just because I've got the opportunity while my wife's not here. So I'll see you tomorrow, and we're talking then. And I don't know what the stream's going to be. Could be just talking. I don't know. And I haven't took any of this coffee. I haven't took any of the flavouring at all because I'm multitasking. So I've got a little bit of coffee left. I'm going to stop the stream and actually engage in my coffee. We'll talk tomorrow. All right. I'll see you later.
Bye, see you later, waving hand.
Waving hand.